we'll sort of
Yes.
look at we'll look at the deeper sort of question here of, well, how is this actually complicating things? And, what does it sort of mean for our children? Well, I think, in my opinion, there are a few different elements to this. And the first that I'll sort of mention is around perfectionism as one of the big challenges that is sort of stemming from this social media complications for our children. And, this obviously links to the conversation we were just having around that fear of failure as well, and the epidemic that it is becoming in children in this sort of, current generation being out there. And social media is very much further inflaming and perpetuating this sort of complexity for children, because they are constantly seeing filtered photos or posts about achievements in life, noting that people are always trying to put the good things out there about what they're celebrating. And in some ways, I guess as adults, we can kind of draw a level of similarity to something that we may have dealt with when we were younger. It is at a very different scale for the current generation, but as adults, we might remember when we were growing up, the challenges that we were kind of facing around the airbrushed models on the front of magazines and the issues that all of that was plaguing in the generation, and that false perception of reality, particularly around body image. And, I guess as adults, we all sort of learnt and heard all about the research that was done into that and the negative impacts that this had on us at the time where we were really impressionable children. And I guess for today, our children in today's current generation, this is even more heightened. They're facing this at a whole different scale. They are unable to escape any of this. It is just constantly with them.